Hello DAX friends, my name's Tommy, and let's build your first Power BI dashboard in less than 15 minutes. This is the dashboard we will be building. I will walk you through how to load data into Power BI, how to build your first visual, how to format them. So, I don't want to waste your time, let's go. Let's take a look at the data that we will be using for this dashboard. As you can see here, we have 11 columns. We have our transaction IDs, our transaction dates, we have the time, we have the quantity, the store, the product ID, the product category, and more details of the product. So we will be using this data to make our first dashboard. Let's go. You can import data using default buttons on the canvas or use the menu. If you want to import different file types, you can use the Get Data button. Since we're working with Excel, select this, look for your files, double click to open. Once connected, a window will pop up. You can preview your data after selecting. You can check if the data that you are importing is correct. You can scroll left, scroll right, up, down. You'll also be given the option to transform your data in Power Query. But for now, let's load our data first. Now that our data has been loaded, we can inspect it in our data pane or in our table view, which looks like Excel but doesn't really work the same. Let's start building our dashboard. The first visual that we'll be building is a column chart. Okay, let me adjust it here. All visuals can be accessed through the visualization pane. You can format visuals here, and some visuals even come with preset functions to help analyze data. To start off, you can either drag or click on an available data point, and it will update the chart. Let's do this for transaction quantity and product category. Great, you've now made your first visual in Power BI. But to improve this, I think we should analyze using sales rather than through quantity. How do we do that? We will need to create a new data point called sales using Power BI's computing language called DAX. Okay, let's go to our table view. Let's add a new column, and a formula bar will pop out. Now we can create our formula using DAX. Power BI uses 2 columns rather than 2 cells. I'll show you. Let's call the column sales. Then let's use our transaction quantity. Then let's multiply it by our unit price. Let's commit. And you now see a new column which is called sales, which now multiplies the unit price by the quantity for each line in the entire data model. Let's remove our transaction quantities and add our new sales data. As you can see, the chart has now been updated. Sum of sales is now showing for coffee and all of the other categories. Now if we look at our chart, we will see that we have a title called Sum of Sales and Product Category. Even the title shows Sum of Sales. I think we should clean it up a little bit. So we can double click here to rename it from Sum of Sales to Total Sales. Now reflects in the chart. Let's do the same for Product Category. Clean it up and call it Product Category. So you can see now it's a lot cleaner. I think we can still improve this by formatting the visual, by removing a couple of stuff since it's repetitive. Okay, we go now to format your visual, just beside your data. We can go to the x-axis. Let's turn off the title. Let's go to the y-axis. So we turn it off. Now you can see now it's a lot cleaner. I think let's try to put data labels. Now we have data labels across each bar, but it's kind of redundant. So Okay. Our video cut, so basically what we did, we just moved it to the side. But now let's start working on our line chart. Similarly, you have the line chart there, which you got from your visualization pane. You enter your sales. And now I want to analyze it by month. So you have your transaction date here, which shows your date hierarchy. You can just select month, drag it there. There you go. You have your second chart, which is a line chart. Similarly, let's rename it from sum of sales to total sales. Let's clean it up a little bit. Let's turn off your title for your y-axis. Let's turn it off. So let's turn off our visuals. Let's turn off our title. And then let's go down and put on our data labels. It's a lot cleaner. You can also add, clean that up, clean that up, clean that up. Let's format it a little bit. There you go. We have our line chart. The next thing we're going to do is add a pie chart. Again, we'll do it from the visualization pane. Let's take our sales. I want to analyze it by store location. Let's stretch it out a bit. Let's format it. So you can see the options to format this is pretty different now from what you've seen in the first two. It really varies from chart to chart. Now let's update the title again to total sales, and let's fix this and let's call it store location. There you go. You have your third chart, which is a pie chart. Next, let's add your cards. Oh, sorry, let's just fix it up a little bit. Next thing that we'll do is let's add a couple of cards. Card visuals are a great way to call out values. Okay. So I want to see total sales. Now let's repeat this for transaction quantity and product ID. You can either just keep adding it manually, or we can just copy and paste the same chart over and over again. So Control C, Control V. Let's take out sales. Let's add transaction quantity. So it's showing sum. But what we can do is click this arrow here, and then we can use this thing count. So there's 6 unique transaction quantities. Okay, copy and paste it again. This time, let's put product IDs. So it means now there's a total of 80 unique products. Let's format this. You can see, again, it's different from the other visuals. Let's add our slicer. Slicers are basically filters for your report. So let's filter this by month. So you can see it's going to be a long list. So we can either expand this slicer, or we can format it to become a drop-down. Select drop-down. Now we can see once you select here, a list of months come out. Let's drag in our month and product type. Similarly, you can just copy and paste it and add different fields. So let's add product category. Let's add store location. I think this is fine. Now, let's start arranging the report. So let's just move things around. Here you go. Let's rename it total sales. I just noticed there's something off. So we use distinct count, where in fact we should be using just a count. So we have a total of 149,000 quantities, so it's the number of transactions. And we have a total of 80 unique products. Let's format this. Let's add a shadow and a border, which you can do in the effects. Looks good, but I think let's remove the border. We can do the same for the others. I'll just speed up a little bit here. Just do the same. Then let's just move things around. Just add a shadow, adjust everything else. Just speeding it up. Everything, and we align it, and there you go. Everything looks good. Okay, so we're almost done. Let's just do our final touches. I just added a shape. So basically, we're putting in a banner. Let's add some text. Let's call it my first dashboard. Change the size of the font, make it bold, change the color, and there you go. This is your first dashboard in just a couple of minutes.